If you're a freeway fan, we're just east of the 405. One of the modern jewels of the NFL. Beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today, we continue with a terrific matchup in the divisional round. It's our visitors and the Los Angeles Chargers. With you, that's Cam Little set to start this. Off we go from Southern California. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Fake up, long type. It's like a soft pipe. Dog at the dog, blood thicker than water. We done been through the mud and the quicker the slaughter. The bigger the order, the more run out. And the bigger everybody come out. Black 80, black. 5'9", 5'9". Ready. Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And that play gets nothing. So, no gain on the game's first snap.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense. And boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
Hey, go lion. Ready.
First carry here from former Tar Heel, Omarion Hampton. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
Throwing is Herbert on third down. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. His offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
This returnable from inside is on 40. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. They'll run. It's the man from Virginia Tech, Bashal Tootin. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
Well, we knew coming into this one, Mike, that we were going to see a lot of this guy, and we knew we'd see a lot of him early. And if that first play is any indication of the rest of this game, this defense is going to have their hands full containing him.
On first down, they'll go back to Tootin. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Kendall Fuller up to make the stop.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 8.
Rip, 23. Son, that's a hunt. Hey, kill.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Got a man, good job coming back for the ball on the completion. And he is out of bounds. Mark him at the 25. A pickup there of 19 yards. That's good for a Jaguar. First down. To throw is Lawrence. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Touchdown, Mexico City.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. When you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield, it doesn't get a lot better than this. And his receiver's able to take it in for 6.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. This taken at the 5. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop.
At their own 22-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22.
Ray. Set. Go.
On the ground, here's Keaton Mitchell. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. That look good for a dozen. Very quick first down. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10.
34-yard line.
Delta, hunt. Why did they hunt?
Here's Hampton. Lots of space past the 45. 20. 15. And he will go all the way. O'Brien Hampton. Touchdown Giants.
When I think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. The return team going to let that one go. He'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Looking for his tight end on the corner route. He's got it. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
First down.
Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a first down with that catch.
Hey, here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. Oh, the defender able to get his head around and intercepted. Picked off by Taron Johnson.
Set. Motion.
They'll start on the ground with Hampton. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
The Chargers. First down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Captain, set.
Now a play fake. Herbert. Flush to his right. Now a deep ball for Mitchell. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
He's going to wish he had that one back. I think his receiver got behind the defense, Mike, and had a lot of room to run, but he just put a little too much on it, and they're not able to connect.
Hey, Ram. Taylor tight.
second down. That is hard. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. That is a big play for L.A. 37 yards.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Here's first and 10. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. This is caught for 2. And he's in. Oronde Gadsden. A down cover.
Like we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be at a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Now an opening past the 30. Still on the move. And he will dive into the end zone. 90 yards for the touchdown. You talk about a response. After the offense goes down the field and gets a touchdown, the special teams unit comes back to get the 6 right back for the other side.
And I've been there, Mike. You find yourself on offense, you watch your opponent go down and get a touchdown. And you're saying amongst each other, you're saying, hey, we're going to get the ball back. Let's go get one of our own. But in this case, the return unit says, no, offense, you stay on the sideline. We got this. And they go back and get a score of their own.
The return starts from the 5. Good job in coverage to get him down short of the 20-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Herbert now on first down. Rolling right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. It'll bring up second down. From the gun, it's Herbert. That one complete. It's Keaton Mitchell. And he'll get about 3 here on second down before he's out of bounds.
That's a gain of 4.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time. Play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
1 quarter in the books in this AFC divisional playoff. Knotted at 14 on the scoreboard. We're back in Southern California in a moment. Third and a yard. Shotgun now for Herbert. He gets this one complete to Johnston. Now inside the 25. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 72 yards. Touchdown, Chargers. Kicker now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chargers have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. One away. He'll start at the 2. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return.
At their own 40-yard line.
A first down throw for Lawrence. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. He'll be out of bounds. Decent pickup of 5 on first down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Second down, Lawrence. That's over the middle and intercepted. Taken off by Kendall Fuller. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Hampton. And he's going to be fouled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Tackled there by Mack Wilson.
1-yard gain brings up second and 9 at the 45-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and 9. Pistol here for Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Mitchell. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. 17 yards on that play. It's good for a Charger first down.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Crowd. Hey, ram. Go.
On the ground, Hampton. And he'll get about 5.
Asante Samuel Jr. on the tackle. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
From the 23, here's second and 5.
Kappa.
Another run here with Hampton. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Ely Ringo comes up from the secondary to make the play.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
Herbert looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? You want to stay ahead of the chain. You want to stay on schedule. This was a third and very reasonable. Incomplete on that third down try. Now brings up fourth and short.
37-yard attempt.
Dicker's kick is good. And the Chargers can extend their lead. It's now 24-14.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Here comes the return from a yard or 2 deep. And he can only get back to the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Lawrence now to throw on first down. That's complete to his running back, Facial Chutin. And he's out past the 30 and out of bounds. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down. Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up first and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Got a man downfield. It's Thomas. Into space. And he will score. Ryan Thomas. Touchdown, Mexico City. Little on now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Jaguars cut the lead to 3. 24-21. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. He'll start at the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
Over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. Play action. Now Herbert. Off balance throw. It's complete. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier. And that catch gets him a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
On first down, it's Mitchell. And that'll go for a gain of about 4. Asante Samuel up from the corner spot to make the stop.
49-yard line.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's second down. Now Herbert on the bootleg. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in back.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
They're down and 3. Into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully as a first down.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the first down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
Hey, go lion. Why did they...
A shotgun snap, and they give it to Mitchell. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation, but now they find themselves in second and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
Downfield, it's Johnston. He's got it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
5-9. Ready.
Now it's Herbert. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Let's go. Set. 380. You're out. Ready.
Herbert to throw on second down. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
Set. 380. You're out.
Herbert to the air again. That one incomplete. Hubbard standing there, able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down. Here's Cameron Dicker now on for the field goal.
A 31-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Chargers will tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
So Dicker back out after the field goal. He'll send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. On 1st and 10, Lawrence. He'll go right and find his running back. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have 1 remaining as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half. It is 2nd and 6.
Let's go. It's on. Here we go.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. As he throws and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
3rd and 6.
Gun. Hey, easy. Route. Hey, so go. 11.
from the shotgun. It's Lawrence. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big third down pickup for a first down. A gain of 16, good enough for a first down. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Hey, Ron.
Lawrence going up top. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Tarheeb Still. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half. So, one half in the books. Second half coming up. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. These two teams fighting to get to that AFC Championship game next Sunday. Back to it here. The 3rd quarter underway. He will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line. They go play action for Lawrence. Forced out wide. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Lawrence going to give it to Jiggy. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up 3rd down.
A gain of 6 yards.
Lawrence. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Mexico City.
To throw is Lawrence. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Jaguars.
Out of the gun. Here's a run up the gut. And he will score. Touchdown, Jaguars. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And, Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about. And they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him. And that long touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about.
Extra point by Little is good. And the Jaguars have taken the lead by a point here in the 3rd. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start on the ground. Jacobs. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 6.
380. Ready.
The give, and here comes Hampton. Inside the 25. An electrifying run, bringing it all the way inside the 15-yard line. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 42 yards.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
Go.
Give up the middle for Mitchell. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13.
180. 180. Hold the troops right.
Out of the gun, here's Herbert. That one incomplete. Good job, Pittsburgh there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Go, let's go.
On 3rd and long, it's Herbert. He'll swing this out to Hampton. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
It's 4th down.
Here's Cameron Dicker now on for the field goal. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Chargers will take the lead here in the 3rd quarter.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves him out in front.
Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. To throw is Lawrence. Catch there, right side by Thomas. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Mexico City
Play action now. It's Lawrence. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver knew what was going on. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
Gun.
Now here's Lawrence. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Complete to number 86.
6 catches for him in the ball game now. This one's good for a 1st down.
And the Jaguar
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, easy. Read him. Hey, Soko. Some height. 11, again.
In motion comes Thomas. Now, faking the give. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. And he's close to another 1st down. Brought down just shy of the marker. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and a yard.
Red on the red. Soko, say hi. Here we go.
Up the middle, here is Chilton. And this takes him into Brought down inside the 20-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards. That's good for a Jaguar first down.
20. Go. Let's go. Hey, tomato. Go.
Another run here with Tootin. And he will get into the end zone. Facial Tootin. Touchdown, Mexico City. Here's Cam Little for the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Jaguars will up the lead to 5. Little now following the touchdown. Out to kick this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
This drive will begin with a run with Hampton. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Brings up second and 10 at the 30-yard line.
One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. They'll try again here. Second and 10. On the ground, Hampton will start the fourth. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
A 2-yard pickup makes it third and 8.
Big play coming up. This is third down. From the gun, it's Herbert. He'll look for Mitchell out of the backfield. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Chargers have the first down.
And the Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Herbert to throw. Try to set up the screen to Mitchell. Loose inside the 30. And he has got this one all the way down to the 2-yard line. A big one here in the fourth quarter. 54 yards.
So you take a look at an offensive coordinator's play sheet, Mike, and there's a column on all of those pages that at the end of the day, it's about the players, not the plays. And when things aren't going well, you say, all right, who do I have to get the ball to? Well, this guy is one of them. I mean, whether they throw it to him, hand it to him, whatever they do, the more he touches the ball, the more good things happen.
Shotgun now for Herbert. Good blocking, and he's in. Justin Herbert, touchdown touch. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. So even after the penalty, they're not going to rethink things. They'll stick with going for one. A little bit easier following the penalty, and the kick is good.
Chargers 37, Jaguars 35. Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth fourth quarter touchdown. Trying to kick it back the other way. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchdown. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. Lawrence now to throw on 1st down. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. It's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd.
As you can probably imagine, Mike, this one really burns me. I mean, man, I wish my fellow tight ends catch every ball the entire game, but to be this open and not come down with it, I'm going to have to set a reminder. Next year at TEU, we're going to have to bring out some jugs machines.
Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
You know, Mike, it's funny when you're facing these really elite defensive linemen, sometimes it's easier to make them the read guy rather than actually try to block them. Unfortunately, they're elite for a reason, and sometimes they're still able to make the play like we saw here.
Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down. On 4th down, the Jaguars send out the veteran Logan Cook to punt. Now, how about this? It's a fake. And that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a 4th down, 4th quarter stand, and forces a turnover on down.
I'm sure the coach wishes he could have just called a timeout, because from the moment they lined up in that punt formation, the defense was expecting fake. There was nowhere to go. That play was dead from the jump, and that's a big turn of events here in this one.
They'll go with Hampton. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
And he's been on an absolute tear throughout this entire game, Mike. I mean, he's averaging over 10 yards per carry. And anytime you can run the ball with that explosiveness, it's just going to be hard to beat.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 4.
Balin Tiger. Go.
They'll run it over center with Mitchell. And he'll take this one in. Peyton Mitchell. Down top. Now, an important extra point here to maybe salt this one away. He's got it. And the Chargers will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9.
Jaguars 35. Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. On 1st down, Lawrence. He's going to take a shot down the field. That is incomplete. There's no way to force a football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they pretty much need a touchdown on this possession, and I think if I'm the defensive coordinator, the fine line you have to find, Mike, is I know I don't want to give up a deep shot, but I also don't want to just play prevent defense and give up too much underneath. So just continue to find that balance, make them go the long way, and just bleed this clock.
Got a man. Good job coming back for the ball on the completion. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. They get 19 on that pass play. That's good for a Jaguar. First down. Now Lawrence. And for the fourth time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Derwin James. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From the 39, here's a first and 10. A run here with Mitchell. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down.
30-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second and 1. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the fourth quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
They'll run with Hampton.
O'Brien Hampton, the ball carrier.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. They'll try to run with Mitchell. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Peyton Mitchell, touchdown Chargers. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his second touchdown of the game.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So
and look at this. The extra point is blocked. He gets free. Past midfield. Inside the 30. And he's going to take this one back all the way. Disastrous. The blocked extra point leads to 2 for the defense instead of 1 for the offense.
To kick off for the Chargers.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll come up for first and 10. A tight end in motion now. They'll drop to throw. They open downfield on the crossing route. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
And the Mexico City first down.
In the pistol, here's Lawrence. this one out. That's going to be incomplete. Very stout hit. That's going to bring up a second down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
Slot man going to move in motion left. Moving to his right. He keeps it himself.
Give him credit for keeping this play alive as long as he could. This easily could have gone down for a loss, but he's kind of able to find his way forward and at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
Sink right. Here we go.
Lawrence from the gun here on third down. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.